Hey, what's up? This is a update on my XM177E2 project. As you can tell by the title, it's now a 653 clone. Got the full-size barrel. I think the original 653s had a 14.5 inch. I'm using a 16 to be legal. I have a barrel on order like this one from Bushmaster, but it doesn't have the bayonet lug because the XMs didn't have that, and it's been on order since January. But I guess Bushmaster makes the barrels at certain periods of the year, certain times. I'm not sure how they work. But I've been waiting 2 months. There's been guys been waiting since October, November for a barrel. And I ended up finding a complete Bushmaster upper. And I intended maybe just to take the barrel, have it cut, and have this installed. And maybe use the upper receiver on something else. But I ended up selling my DPMS before this upper came in, and so I intended maybe I'll just use the upper as is, even though it'll be mismatched. And whenever the other barrel comes in, I'll have it cut and all that. But this upper, for some reason, it was just a really tight fit with these takedown pins. I had to force them in and then force them out. Like these, you know, I can just pop in and out like you're supposed to. Shit. Oh, you son of a bitch. There we go. Our receiver popped up some. That's my language, you have to excuse it. But I didn't really intend on making a 653, otherwise I would have researched the parts, because this delta ring is actually not correct. It's supposed to be like this, the flat gray, even though any type of gray would have been more correct, but I was just in a hurry to get it together. But that's what these were kind of referred to as the M16A1 carbines, and I'm still using the A2 brake versus the birdcage. That's easy swapped out, but the delta ring, that's gonna take the whole damn barrel off and all that. I could maybe paint this. I'm not sure how. I'm not much of a painter, so I could maybe tape it, make it look a little bit more correct, but I'm not really worried about it too much. And the thing about Colt, they never actually made a civilian version of this. They had the SP1 carbines, which were complete slab size. You didn't have the forward assist and no magazine fencing. I think they made like a Sport or two, which maybe had the forward assist, but still had the slab side lower. It wasn't until they made the A2 that which even then some of the first one that came out still had slab side lowers before they finally went to the A2 style receivers. They never made Colt never made one of these for civilians, semi-auto only, which is kind of cool to have. And if you watch the film Platoon, like Tom Berenger and Willem Dafoe, that's what they use in the film, even though it's not actually correct. I think these came out in '73. That's when the conflict ended. I think because they were filming in the Philippines, and Colt had licensed these to be built there. But they could have just very easily just added these on there, make it correct, and it would have been fine, but they just didn't. So if you want to see these in action, just watch Platoon. You can see Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, and I think Lieutenant guy, whoever was in there, also used one of these, where everybody else just used these right here. Colt M16A1. And I still got that barrel on order, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it on order unless I find another one that just happened to show up while waiting on that one. And I'll probably just buy a blem upper. These are blem lowers from Nodak, but they didn't have any blem uppers for sale. Otherwise I would have went with one of those, but I mean, even the blem lower, I could never find any kind of problems with it. I wish I would have went with a Nodak upper on this one to make it match. You can see the forging line, how it's not very, I guess it's a forging line, I'm not sure what you call it, but see on this one compared to, I don't have a lot of, I'm not an AR expert, but they do a really nice job on their stuff here. But that's these two right here. If you're wondering about the weight, this one, I think unloaded without the magazine was 6 pounds 2 ounces. This one was 6 pounds 14 ounces, so 3/4 of an ounce difference between two. So getting that little bit shorter barrel there. I hate the profiles are pretty much the same, even though these Bushmaster I think are actually the most correct for the profiles you can get. There's also J&T Distributing. You can buy a pencil barrel from that's still 6.25 under the sight base, but it's a little bit thicker under the handguards here. I think so. It's a little bit more weight, but it's under the handguards, not like you're going to see it. But the cost is actually a little bit more than Bushmaster, though you'll probably get it sooner. Their barrels are like the Bushmaster barrel setup, just like this, is $235. That's chrome lined. J&T is $190 without chrome lining, plus another $40 for chrome lining. You got to buy the handguards, the delta ring, all that stuff, and gas tube. So it's actually a little bit more expensive, though. You'll probably get it soon if you want to go with a. I think Daniel Defense also makes one at 6.625 underneath the sight base, but they're like $300. Daniel Defense makes real good shit. But I've rambled enough. But I'll probably be able to take these out in the range, I guess. I got a couple of home projects next 2 weekends, so figure maybe the middle to end of March I'll be able to get these out the range. You can see this one in action again. Maybe I'll get it. I got to get it sighted in a little bit better, and this one also put some rounds to it for the first time. But appreciate y'all watching. Thanks.